like, I can't go home anymore. Nothing packed. We had no hospital bag packed at all. This is called premature rupture of the membranes. So I woke up at around 8 a.m. in the morning. I was in bed and I was moving around and I felt something trickling out of me, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just like increased vaginal discharge. It didn't feel like I peed, so I kind of went along my day to get ready for work. As I was getting ready for work, I noticed I was still getting some trickling, but I wasn't sure what it was. It did look like discharge. It was also clear liquid. So I decided to go into work and just see where the day goes, and I wore a pad, but then after maybe 2 or 3 hours, I kept feeling the trickling went completely in, through my pants, and that's when I decided I needed to call labor and delivery. I called the triage number and I ended up going straight to the hospital to get checked out. When I got here, I got my urine sample and then they did a pelvic exam, and there were 3 different tests that they decided to do to check if I was leaking amniotic fluid. A test for nitrate, or to test the pH level of the fluid. The second one was for the doctor to look under the scope to see if there's any ferning, and 3 was to send the sample to the lab just to confirm that it's amniotic fluid. Literally, the doctor walked out after like a minute, came right back in and was like, yep, your water broke, it's amniotic fluid and you're leaking, which I already knew in my heart that I was leaking fluid. Next thing that I didn't know shocked me. So when your water breaks, you're at an increased risk of infection for both you and the baby. They said, okay, we're gonna have to start you on prophylactic antibiotics, an IV antibiotic, an oral antibiotic, and we have to give you 2 doses of betamethasone in order for the baby's lungs to develop faster. So I said, okay, I'm gonna be admitted, right? And they're like, yes. And I was like, okay, so how long am I being admitted for? And they said until I basically deliver. So our goal is to make sure that I don't get an infection and that I keep the baby in as long as possible until 34 to 35 weeks. At that point, if everything goes well, then I'm going to get induced to deliver baby boy. But if any complications happen, let's say I go into labor or I do develop an infection, then they're going to have to do a C-section. Now I'm expected to be here for 2 to 3 weeks and I can't leave the hospital.